can't wait for me to be a bad dog. Let's do it today. Let's stand out. Let's stand out for every man next to you. It gotta mean something. It gotta mean something. If we want to go somewhere, we gotta do it today. We gotta do it today. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All in, all out, baby. All in. Win on three. 1, 2, 3, win.
Yo, what's up? Woke Niner Recaps is back at you with another game recap. After yesterday, when the Niners defeated the Seattle Seahawks for the second time this season, 28-16. This game was interesting. It started out with a 2-play drive for a touchdown for the 49ers. The Seahawks won the coin toss, deferred to the second half, kicked us the ball. McCaffrey had a big 72-yard run, and then goes out and Mason comes in and scores a touchdown. Excuse me. But then after that, it was not much. Seattle pretty much went down the field. Mooney Ward got hurt, and Drew Lock, who played quarterback for the Seahawks, because Geno Smith had a groin injury and couldn't go. Threw a touchdown pass to DK Metcalf. It was tied 7-7, and we weren't doing much with the ball. Excuse me again. At that point, pretty much. But eventually, we started getting things going again. Before we know it, we're up. Actually, no, they were up 10-7, and then we threw a long 50-something yard touchdown pass to Deebo Samuel, and boom, we're up 14-10. And it kind of went from there. They did end up scoring again. I just can't remember who scored now. I remember they were going for 2 because we were up 21-16 at that point, and they were trying to make it a closer score game. But then we pretty much broke out again, and Kittle got a long touchdown, 28-16. But we stopped them. Well, obviously we stopped them on a 2-point conversion because they had 16 when they scored a touchdown, because they had 10, then they had 16, and then they didn't score any more points. There was a scuffle in this game. Excuse me again. Drew Lock threw an interception to Fred Warner. Fred Warner flipped it to Greenlaw, but after he did that, or during the process of him doing that, DK Metcalf kind of suplexed him. Warner didn't like it. He pushed DK back from behind, and then DK got up and got in his face and grabbed his face mask, and then the teams came in the middle, and then Lenore, excuse me 1 second, came in and pushed DK Metcalf, and DK and Lenore ended up getting ejected. That was pretty much at the end of the game, though, so it didn't really affect us defensively because we had the ball, obviously, because we intercepted the ball. And we pretty much ran the clock out after that. But yeah, it was an interesting game, but there was a lot of things, a lot of weird things. We gave up more points than we probably thought we would. It looked like it was going to be a runaway game to start with. Then it got a little iffy. Seattle took the lead, and then we took the lead, and then we maintained the lead at that point. Because once we went up 14-10, then we scored again. We were up 21-10, so we were up by 11. Then they scored, went for 2, didn't get it. As a matter of fact, I think it was a sack. Excuse me again. Bosa and Chase Young meaning at the quarterback on a 2-point conversion. They didn't get anything out of it. And then we scored again, and that was it. That was the final score, 28-16. Another development later that night, the Eagles and Cowboys played, and the Cowboys beat the Eagles, and we took first place in the NFC for now. And we're getting ready to continue on our what everyone calls bird hunting season, because we played the Seahawks, the Eagles, the Seahawks, now the Cardinals, and then the Ravens. And that'll be the last bird team that we play. Hopefully we can beat them all. Speaking of earlier that day, the Rams gave the Ravens a hell of a game. It went to overtime. And the Ravens ended up winning on a punt return touchdown. So they kept pace. They're 10-3. We're 10-3. The Cowboys are 10-3. Yeah, but the Rams played really well, and they were winning a lot of that game, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I was watching Red Zone, so I was seeing things on and off, and I was like, wow, the Rams are really taking it to them. At some points, it looked like, okay, it looks like Odell Beckham's going to go off on his old team because he scored a few times or had some nice catches and scored. I don't remember exactly now. But the Rams kept, doing stuff and taking the lead, and the Ravens didn't seem to run away with it. But in the end, they won, and that's really all that matters. They're 10-3, so there you go. But yeah, and we got to see them in a couple weeks. Christmas Day, Monday Night Football. But before that, 1 week at a time, we got to see the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona, and Kyler Murray is back. Excuse me again. Sorry. I just ate, and apparently I have to cough a lot. But yeah, and we're the number one seed in the NFC currently. Hopefully we can keep that. Hopefully we can keep the momentum going. Hopefully we can win this divisional game to go 5-0 in the division. With sweeping the Seahawks and possibly the Cardinals, and then the Rams will be at the end of the year. And at that point, I don't know, we may have something locked up, or we may still be playing for the number one, to keep the number one seed. And if that's the case, then we gotta do our best to beat them at the end of the season. But yeah, that is a home game, by the way, in January. Don't have a time yet on that one. That's a to be determined. I think they left that open for a possible flex. So yeah. But before that, we got the Cardinals, the Ravens, and the Commanders. We're at home. No, we're away against the Cardinals. We're at home against the Ravens, and away against the Commanders, and then we'll be home against the Rams at the end of the season. So 4 games left before we get ready for the playoffs. Yeah, like I said, it hopefully we keep things going. All right, y'all. That's about it. Peace. Stay woke. Thank y'all. Boo.